Sometimes, otherworldly beings find strange ways to contact you. For me, it started with my computer. I was sitting at my desk, playing solitaire. The internet was down again. The blinking red light on the router had become a familiar sight. I didn't think much of it. Spotty service was a regular annoyance. As I moved a card, the screen suddenly went black. Red text appeared. "Hi Jack, I need a favor from you. You're a very special person, and I know you'll help me." I froze. The router light was still blinking red. "Is this some kind of joke?" I muttered to myself, but the message continued. "Yes, Jack, I know this is weird for you. But don't worry, this is just a small, easy favor. I'll make sure you're rewarded." I yanked the internet cable from the wall, but the screen remained unchanged. "Still here, Jack. Tomorrow, at 8:17 a.m., go to work and move the large potted plant next to the elevator on the ground floor. Just pull it 3 inches from the wall. No one will be around." I didn't respond. The screen stayed black, but I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. I unplugged the power cord, and the screen finally went dark. I hoped it was just some bizarre dream or prank. But who would do that to me? I didn't really have friends, or enemies. The next morning, curiosity got the better of me. I arrived at work at 8:10 a.m. and waited in my car. At 8:17, I went inside. The lobby was eerily empty, just as the message had predicted. I walked up to the large potted plant by the elevators. It was heavier than I expected, but I managed to pull it 3 inches away from the wall. The lobby filled up again soon after. Nothing seemed different. As I went about my day, I couldn't stop thinking about the strange encounter. Allie, the girl I'd been getting to know in the office, was the only person I cared about there. Our chats were the highlight of my mornings. Today, she was telling me about her wild night out when our boss, James Bentley, limped in, complaining loudly. "My damn foot! It's that stupid plant in the lobby. I twisted my ankle on it." My stomach sank. Had I caused this? A twisted ankle wasn't a big deal, right? It would heal. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that something more was coming. At home, I turned on my computer. The screen flickered to black again, and more text appeared. "How was your day, Jack?" I didn't reply, but the writing continued. "I know how your day was, but I'm polite. You're wondering why James Bentley had to twist his ankle. This chain of events isn't done playing out. Don't worry, you'll be rewarded." I slammed the computer off. Who, or what, was this? The next day, I learned James had to be driven to his doctor because of the pain in his foot. Allie offered to take him. As she waved goodbye to me, I felt a strange emptiness. 10 minutes later, we heard the crash, screeching brakes, the blaring horn of an 18-wheeler, and then a sickening thud. We all ran to the windows, but I knew it was James's car. I rushed downstairs, my heart pounding. The scene was chaos. James was slumped in the passenger seat, barely conscious, but it was Allie who took the full impact. Her side was crushed. She was gone. I drove home in a daze, my thoughts a storm of anger, guilt, and confusion. I turned on the computer, but I was scared of what it would say. "No, Jack, it's not your fault," the seer wrote. "Allie would have made you miserable. Together, we've avoided that path. This isn't done playing out yet. There's more to come." I was furious. "You killed her," I screamed, throwing my monitor to the floor. I didn't sleep that night, but the next day, at work, I got a promotion. James was in a coma, and they needed someone to fill his role. I couldn't believe it. That evening, I bought a new monitor and turned the computer back on. "Jack, I'm proud of what you've accomplished," the seer wrote. "I'm called the Seer. I see all future possibilities. I can't do anything physical, which is why I need you. I'm an artist of human manipulation, and you're my paintbrush." The seer asked for my help. It promised no lies, only small favors that would bring rewards, though someone might get hurt. I hesitated, but eventually, my curiosity outweighed my guilt. "What do you want me to do next?" I typed. From then on, I did everything the seer asked, and as promised, I was always rewarded. Once, I was told to give a number to a man playing the lottery, 27. He won big, gave me $10,000 as thanks. 2 years later, he'd lost everything, his family gone. The seer was right. Good for me, bad for him. Each task had consequences, some simple, some incredibly complex. Once I was told to park in a specific spot. That minor action set off a chain of events that eventually led to me meeting my future wife, Donna. The seer's influence was far-reaching, and I grew more entangled in its web with each favor I fulfilled. Over time, I learned bits and pieces of the seer's past. It was an ancient entity, once a powerful fortune teller. Now, it used me to create its art, a twisted blend of fate, manipulation, and consequence. And as for me, I was no longer the quiet, polite man my coworkers had known. I had become something else entirely, an accomplice to the seer's dark designs, willing to do whatever was asked of me, all for the promise of reward. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more.